Have you ever gotten into personality tests? Tests like the Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram. In today's video, we're going to break down one of these assessments, the Enneagram, in detail and how taking personality tests can actually be great tools in learning more about how you handle money. Hi guys, I'm Katie Mild. Welcome to this week's Money Minute. So this week, I'd like to shift gears and talk about one of my favorite topics, personality tests and psychology, particularly the underlying psychology around our money. Now, I've been involved in real estate sales for several years now, and more specifically, I've been doing a lot of coaching around real estate, around sales, and around money management. And one component of coaching that I find so fascinating is really digging into personality types. How do our personality types affect all aspects of our lives? So today, this will be part one of a series. Today, I'd like to focus on the Enneagram test. This test in recent years has really become a trend. We see it everywhere. There are tons of free versions of the test online. So you can quickly determine, well, what type am I? So the Enneagram gives you one of 9 types to show the type of person you are, how you show up in the workplace, relationships, work, and with money. So let's walk through the Enneagram, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of the 9 types. Type 1 is the perfectionist or reformer. Type 2, the giver or helper. Type 3, the performer or achiever. Type 4, the romantic or individualist. Type 5 is the observer or the investigator. Type 6 is the loyal skeptic or simply loyalist. Type 7 is the epicure or enthusiast. Type 8 is the protector or challenger. And type 9 is the mediator or peacemaker. Now, depending on which site you go to, where you start your own research, each of these types may have a slightly different name, but they will fall into one of these 9 categories. So, how does your personality show up? And when you take these tests, how do you then know what it has to do with your money? So just for today, as a fun example, I'm going to use myself as the guinea pig. So I recently took the official Enneagram test, and I will put the link below for the official paid version of the assessment. It's only something like $12. Listen, I highly recommend if you're interested in learning more about yourself, go ahead and pay for the paid version, not a free version online. You'll get the most authentic and really intensive, deep results. So, a couple weeks ago, I sat down, I took the Enneagram, and it was so interesting because so much of it, when I read my report, it really made sense of why I think the way I do, why I act the way I do, and why I show up in a lot of different life situations the way that I do. So, I am an Enneagram Type 6. The skeptic loyal or the loyalist, if you will. So a few general characteristics about Enneagram 6s. General characteristics that describe us. We tend to be very concerned with safety and safety mitigation, anticipating needs, anticipating things that can happen. We're loyal, we're friendly, we're hardworking, we're stable, and we're trustworthy. So those are some of the positive, nice, notable things of Enneagram Type 6s. So what happens when we go to the other extreme? What happens when maybe we take things just a bit too far? We show up in a few ways. On the not so great side, when we take it too far, 6s can be overly anxious. We can be fearful. We can be a little too controlling because, again, we try to plan for absolutely everything. We want to anticipate and mitigate as much as we can. That can come off as a little controlling. We tend to overthink, and we're warriors. We're kind of classic warriors. In our quest to kind of clear barriers and overcome challenges, we can sometimes get a little too in our heads. So, stepping back, what does this generally mean for money? Well, on the positive side, 6s actually tend to be pretty naturally good with money. Because we like to anticipate, think about the future, we tend to do things like we save for retirement early. We have a lot of safety bumpers, if you will, in place. So things like ample emergency funds and ample insurance to cover unexpected disasters or unexpected needs that arise. Again, we tend to look to the future. We are very forward thinking, and this can be a great thing with our money. When it's not so great with money, again, sometimes we can be controlling. We need to get better at taking a breather, letting our partner make joint money decisions with us. We can also stand to take a lesson and enjoy our money a bit more, right? There is a sense of balance. Our money is meant to be enjoyed to an extent. So we can do a better job of stepping back and not trying to anticipate every single little thing that's going to come up in the future. And it's okay to enjoy some of what we earn. So that is just the high level of my type of Enneagram, the Enneagram Type 6. And again, there are 9 different types. Now, a few notes about this personality test and really any other personality test out there. As you explore these, a few things I think you should consider. 1, always aim to take the accredited or the official version of the test. So again, I'll link a few of these tests below, but if you're going to take the Myers-Briggs, take the official one. Take the official Enneagram. Yes, there are lots of free versions online, and while they may give you a good primer or a good idea of what you could be, they will not go in depth like the full official report of any of these assessments will. So it's worth ponying up the money and going really deep. And then the second thing is you have to take all of these assessments with a grain of salt. None of them are perfect. None of them are all-encompassing. And just because you come out as one type, that's just who you are. In any of these assessments, no one type is better or worse than the other. We all show up in different ways. We all have strengths and blind spots and areas we can improve upon. The important thing about these is to be honest as you take them. So you really, really understand who you are, how you show up, and then when you see some blind spots, you know what you can start to work on to improve your life, related to money or not. So that was just a quick primer of the Enneagram. Again, I'll put the links below. It's fascinating to dive into these personality tests, see how you show up, and see how it impacts your financial life. That is it for this week. If you like the content I'm putting out, please ring the bell below to subscribe. And tell me in the comments below, have you taken any personality tests like the Enneagram or the Myers-Briggs? What was your experience? What did you think? Was it accurate, not accurate? Tell me your experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Talk to you guys later.